Hello dear friends, welcome to Gate Academy Global. So before starting today's session, I would like to have the input as well as concurrence regarding the quality of video as well as audio. If it is perfect, just write perfect over the live chat and then we are ready to go ahead. As you can see over the digital board, we are going to take around 4 to 5 number of different problems which are based on the concept of the probability specifically based theorem. So probably we are going to take around 5 to 6 number of problems. Anyway, this problem is already been seen in the last class where we were taken a question which were based on the concept of a disease called HIV, and now the HIV was getting diagnosed with the help of a tester, and now the tester itself had the probability whether it would be able to test that given HIV patient correctly or not. Anyways, read this problem carefully and tell me what would be the best most answer for this given problem. Pooja Reddy, perfect, Pranali, perfect. Anyways, focus over this problem. This problem was already been taken in yesterday's class, but I did not solve it completely. So that's what I think this should be my first question in today's class. Read this problem carefully and tell me what would be the best most answer. The problem has been experienced by the GATE Civil Engineering, year of 2014. The problem was trained by IIT Kharagpur. The problem states 10% of the population in a town is HIV positive. That means out of 100 number of people, the 10 people are actually suffering from the HIV positive disease, and remaining 90% at least they are not suffering from the HIV positive. A new diagnostic kit for HIV detection is available. That means obviously if we had to detect a certain disease, we had to have a kit for it. Like for the corona, we used to have kit RT-PCR antigen. In the same way, we had a kit which detects the positivity of the HIV. HIV detection is available. This kit correctly identifies HIV positive individuals 95% of time and HIV individuals 89% of time. A particular patient is tested using this kit and it's found to be positive, then probability that the individual is actually positive is. May I know how much exact answer we would be getting for this problem? See, I was focusing over this sort of problem since past 2 days. What I am saying, whenever you have events under the events, why I am saying the events under the events? First, the person has been bifurcated in the two parts, whether they have been positive or negative. Even now the testing is being made. Even the positive person may get detected positive or may get detected negative, and similarly even the negative person may get detected positive or may get detected negative. So that's what I am saying, it has been the event under the event. Obviously we would go ahead with the concept of tree analysis. Okay, so what we are going to do over here, let me write the solution from here. Here starts my tree structure. The tree has been bifurcated in the two parts. May you know why they have been bifurcated in the two parts? Because the total population has been bifurcated, segregated in two parts. 10% they have been HIV positive and the remaining 90% they had been what? HIV negative. So simply rather writing HIV positive and HIV negative, just wasting the time by writing a big word, what I would say, just take an event that the person is been HIV positive, the person had been HIV negative. What had been its possibility? 90% time the person would be HIV negative. That means if you are picking a person from a certain population from a certain village, the possibility that the person would be HIV positive is gonna be what? 90%. So here it's becoming 0.1. Till this point probably each and everything must be clear to all of us. What we are going to do afterwards, again it has been further bifurcated because the person goes for the testing and the testing itself had got its own probability whether it is going to detect the things in the proper way or not. It has been clearly said the kit correctly identifies HIV positive individuals 95%. What does that mean of it? If the person is found to be HIV positive, what is its probability that the kit is going to detect it properly or correctly? So simply I am writing it right mark or cross mark. What does it mean by the right mark? That means the detection has been successful. What does it mean by the cross mark? That means the test has been just reverse. It has not been successful. So here I am just talking about the HIV, and here in this level I am talking about the testing. So this complete row has been dedicated towards the person has been HIV or not. This completely row has been dedicated whether the person has been tested positive or not. Yes. So till this point, I don't find any of the student would have any sort of doubt itself. Now, as far as the person is found to be HIV negative, what its probability that it would be detected correctly, that has been HIV, what, 89%. So here it becomes 0.89. So remaining 0.11 would be the possibility that he would be detected falsely. He would be detected falsely. So should I be explaining this concept once again? It has been clearly given. In the given population, 10% had been HIV positive and remaining 90% had been HIV negative. So obviously the complete population has been bifurcated in two parts. The first population comes under 10% which has been positive, and similarly the remaining 90% which had been negative. And again the testing has been done, and the tester has been such where that he or the testing is going to be made, the calculation correctly is been how much here? You can see over here how much it is, 95%. So 0.95 and here it becomes 0.05. Tell me how much exact answer we would be getting out of this. So Pranali says the answer would be 0.48, Manju says the answer would be 0.48. Anyone else apart from Pranali as well as Manju? Tell me what would be the best most answer. So anyways, focus over this data. What it has been? It has been the probability that person has been corona positive, and here it has been HIV positive. And similarly, it has been the probability that the person has been HIV negative. May I know which data it had been? It has been probability that person was HIV positive and was detected correctly. May I know what this data had been? It has been the probability that the person was HIV positive but detected wrongly. Similarly, what's data? This data it's been the probability that the person has been detected correctly and when it was or he was HIV negative. And similarly, which data it has been? It has been the probability that the person has been detected wrongly when he was HIV negative. Tell me what should be the best most answer over here. So what I had happened, the complete population has been bifurcated in two parts. The 10% falls under P of plus and similarly 90% falls under P of minus. And now the detection has been taken place. The detection has got its own efficiency, its own accuracy, and it has been clearly said the accuracy has been 95% when the person was HIV positive, and similarly the performance or the efficiency was 89% when the person was HIV negative. What does that mean of it? That means the tester is going to detect the things correctly 95% when the person is being positive, and similarly here goes negative. Tell me what should be the best most answer. And once you'll read this problem carefully, you'll get to know a particular patient is tested using this kit and it's found to be positive. That means the person is already been found positive. The probability that the individual is actually positive. Yes, that means you have to calculate this probability. May I know till this point each and everything is clear or not? May I know what would be its worth? So obviously it has been a problem of conditional probability which would be equals to of P of correct intersection positive divided by of P of positive. May I know in how many different ways I can detect a person as a HIV positive? There are two different ways. How? First way, the person was actually HIV positive and it was detected correctly. Obviously, the result is HIV positive. Now, the second way, the person was HIV negative, but mistakenly the test kit has given a wrong result. And if the test result has been given wrong, so obviously rather giving the result as HIV negative, it would be producing HIV positive. So which path has to be chosen? Obviously, this path has to be chosen. In both of the cases, you will be getting or you will be tested a person as a corona positive or HIV positive. So may I know what would be the worth out of it? So obviously the P of plus is gonna be 0.1 is going to get multiplied what? 0.95 or 0.9 is going to get multiplied with 0.11. You had to multiply this data and then we had to get its value. May I know what would be the worth over here? 0.1 is going to get multiplied with a 0.95 and now it's getting added with 0.9 getting multiplied with 0.11. So the result which we are supposed to get after doing this all sort of calculation is being 0.194, 0.194. So at least the denominator part is clearly known to me. So it has been 0.194, 194. So let me focus over the numerator part. See, the P right intersection positive could have been written as P of positive, and yes, and here it has been P of right, P of right. Tell me how much answer we are going to get after doing this all such stuff. After doing this all sort of calculation, tell me how much answer we have been getting. How much answer we have been getting? So obviously you would be able to get the answer. So the people have started getting answer. So you can check by yourself. And this would be the first question of the day. This would be the first question of the day. So I don't find now the student would not be able to get the answer. So this has been the first question of the day. Agreed now? Any doubt, any people? So let me move into the next question. I am not going to spend much time over this problem because this problem is already been taken in yesterday's class. So I don't want to waste much amount of time because there's still few more number of questions has to be taken in today's class. So we want to focus over that particular problem. So this has been the second question. This is not a difficult problem, but still this problem require a good amount of self-understanding. This problem was experienced by Gate Electrical. Year of 2017, the problem was framed by IIT Roorkee. The problem states an urn. So most of the time, whatever the collection we do have, either they had to be contained by the urn, either bag or either box. So you need not to have any doubt on this particular word itself. It has been a box where all of the data are or all of the items are being selected, collected. An urn contains the 5 red balls and 5 black balls. In the first draw, one ball is picked at random and discarded without noticing its color. The probability to get a red ball in the second draw is. So let me do one thing. For the better understanding of this problem, let me bring this problem towards working board, and we would use both of the methodology of tree as well as Bayes theorem to solve this problem. So this problem goes over here. Read this problem carefully. Try to make its equivalent tree structure, and then we will try to solve this problem out there. So from here the solution do start. So this has been the point from where the solution do starts. Okay, what the problem states, an urn contains 5 red and 5 black ball. So better to take a urn here itself. We had a urn over here. How many number of red balls we had? Obviously 5 number of red balls we had in this problem, and similarly 5 number of black balls we had within this urn. What the problem states, in the first draw, obviously we have withdraw one ball. In first draw, one ball is picked at random and discarded. That means one ball has been picked out and it has been discarded. That means now you have been left out with a 9 number of balls. Again one ball has been chosen. I want to get the probability that the second ball which has been withdrawn out of this urn has been red ball. So I need to get the probability that the second ball which has been withdrawn is being red. Again, what I am saying, just try to make a tree structure. Why I am making a tree structure? Because the first ball which has been discarded, no, it could have been red or the black. If the first ball which has been discarded, which has been a red, no, so number of ball which has been left out is been 9, but the number of red ball would be reduced from 5 to 4. Similarly, the another alternate could have been the ball which has been discarded first time could have been black, and total number of ball has been reduced to 9, and total number of black ball has been reduced to 4. So you have had the 2 different alternates. The first discarded ball could have been black, could have been red, and after that you might be getting the second ball as a red. So what I am saying, there could be the 2 different situations in which you can get the second ball as a red. First, when you have discarded black ball, first you have discarded the red ball. So that's what I am saying, why don't we take the tree structure? Take the tree structure? So you will be having exactly 2 number of branch, and even in few number of questions as we have seen earlier, which has been experienced by the electronics people year of 2021, we had the 3 number of tree structures because we had a fair coin, we had an unfair head coin, and similarly we had an unfair tail coin. So you can have the different kinds of the structure, So obviously in two different parts it has been bifurcated. May I know the first level of tree, what it indicates? It indicates the first ball which has been discarded. First ball which has been discarded. The first ball which has been discarded could have been red, could have been black. May I know what would be the possibility that the first ball which has been discarded is being red? Obviously, total 10 number of balls we had. We have taken one ball out. What is the probability that the ball would be red? Obviously, out of 10, the 5 number of balls is being red. They have been my favorable condition. So simply it's going to be 5 divided by 10, and simply it's going to be 1 upon 2. Simply is going to be 1 upon 2. Similarly, what had been the probability that the first ball which you have selected is being black and you have discarded it? Obviously 1 minus of 1 by 2, it's simply going to be half. It's simply going to be half. So this has been the first row where I have been talking about the discard. May I know what would be the second row? The second row I would be focusing over the second ball which has been taken out, and I want that ball to be red. And that red ball can come from this segment as well as this segment both. So what I am saying, again you would be having 2 sub branches in each of the branch. Now the ball which has been picked out could be red or could be black. Here also, after happening this situation, the second ball which has been taken out could be red or could be black. May I know what would be the possibility of red when the red ball is already been discarded? So out of 10 number of balls, the total number of ball has been left out as 9. That's for sure. And red ball has been reduced from 5 to 4. 5 to 4. What does that mean of it? That means it's been 4 divided by 9. Could you understand what was the crux behind this? And similarly, what is the possibility that the ball would be black? My dear friends, the red is already been discarded. What does that mean of it? That means the number of red ball has been reduced from 5 to 4. Still the number of black ball had been 5, whereas the total number of ball has been reduced to 9. So obviously it's going to be 5 divided by 9. 5 divided by 9. In the same sequence, let me focus over this. Now the ball which has been discarded, that had been black, so obviously there would not be any reduction in red. Still you will be having 5 number of red ball out of total 9 number of balls. And here it goes 4 divided by 9. 4 divided by 9. Now if we'll talk about the individual data, what are they? They had been the probability that the first ball which has been discarded is being black. What it had been? The probability the first ball which has been discarded is been red. Similarly, what it is? The probability that the second ball is being red when the first ball which was discarded was red itself. Similarly, what it is been? It is been the probability that the second ball which has been withdrawn is being black, provided the first ball which was discarded is red, or I can say the probability for the occurrence of event B2 when the R1 is being already occurred. Similarly, may I know what data it has been? It has been the probability that in second withdrawal the ball has been red, provided in first trial the black ball is already been discarded. Similarly, may I know which data it has been? It has been the probability for the occurrence or withdrawal of the second ball as a black, when it is been already known the first ball which was discarded is being black. See, why unnecessarily I am writing this all data? Because many of the times I have seen a student make the tree structure, but they exactly do not know which data it has been. Mostly not here, mostly they used to have doubt over this 4 data. That is why categorically I am writing each and individual data in a form of their axiomatic form. Specifically in this problem, what they have been looking for? They have been looking for the probability to get a red ball in the second row. How it's possible? Red ball had been over here, red ball had been over here. So obviously you had to backtrack this complete tree. So all the way you can go through this path, and similarly all the way you can go through this path. Yes. Once you go through this path, half would get multiplied with the 4 upon 9. Similarly, half would get multiplied with the 5 upon 9. So end of the day, if I would say the probability that the second ball has been red, may I know what would be its worth? Its worth is going to be PR1 into of P of R2 divided by R1, and he was keeping aside each and everything, it would be just half getting multiplied with a 4 upon 9, or half is going to get multiply with 5 upon 9, with 5 upon 9. Yes, so end of the day, the answer which we are supposed to get is gonna be half is being a common factor, half is being a common factor. Half is being a common factor, and 4 by 9 and 5 by 9 together would make 1, so the result is simply going to be half. The result is simply going to be half. You could have solved this problem using the second methodology also. May you know which methodology it has been? It has been the concept of Bayes' theorem. How do we solve that? We would be having the background event, we would be having the front ground event. So let me focus over the background event first. So it has been the background event. May you know what would be the background event? The two background event you can have, what are they? That the first ball which has been discarded is being black ball or red ball, and now you can have the front ground event as the event where the second ball has to be a red ball, and that can come when the B1 is being taken place, and that can come when the R1 is already being taken place, and this has been R2. How it's possible? How it's possible? It has been the probability of the occurrence of B1 and R1 together. Yes, this has been this part, and similarly P of R2 intersection R1. R2 intersection R1. May you know what would be the worth of it? This worth is already been calculated. Now, if you want, you can check it out over here. This has been P of B1 into P of R1 divided by of B1, and here it goes P of R1 into P of R2 divided by R1. See, all data were very same. All data were very same. Yes, no, all data were very same. So choice is yours, whether you want to use the tree structure, whether you want to use the Bayes theorem, choice is yours, and with the help of that choice, definitely you can solve this problem out. You can solve this problem out, yes. And even this problem could have been asked in the next level also, like it could have been asked like, if the second ball which has been withdrawn is being found to be red, what it's been possibility that the discarded ball is also red. If you want, you can calculate that also. What I'm saying, now we have been looking for probability when the second ball which has come out is already been found as red. What had been the probability that the first ball which has been discarded is being red? See, this type of problem has been repeatedly been asked. No, if you will take the reference of the last to last problem which have been taken in the last video, almost everywhere they have been asking the same problem again and again. Yes, no, yeah, R2B1. It's been R2B1, no? Okay, we'll see that. R2B1, yeah. May I know what would be the worth of it? Obviously, everybody would know about it. How it would be calculated? Obviously, it would become P of R1 intersection R2, and now it would get divided with the P of R2, and end of the day, you would be able to get its answer. Tell me how much answer we have been getting. So here it's gonna be P of R1 intersection of R2, and towards denominator side, you will be having P of R2. And you can expect this sort of questions are repeatedly getting asked in compare with this, because this questions is comparatively simpler problem where straight away they have been asking for the second ball to be red or black, but this sort of problem becomes a bit complex problem where most of the student used to fail to answer. Tell me how much answer we have been getting for this particular problem. Agreed, no? So that's what I'm saying. Once you'll focus over this first problem, no, where we were discussing about the HIV detection and all, there also the problem was based on this concept, where one event is already been taken place. What's the possibility that the first event was taken place? So that's the thing which we have been talking about. So I don't find any of the student would have any sort of doubt till this moment of point. We would take the next question here onwards. Agreed now? So I don't find any of the student would have any sort of doubt. So now here goes the next question. Read the problem carefully and then only we'll try to decode this problem out. This problem was experienced by Gate Instrumentation year of 2018. The problem was framed by IIT Guwahati, and keep in mind this problem is not based on the concept of Bayes theorem. Yes. The two bags A and B have equal number of balls. Bag A had 20% red balls and 80% green balls. Bag B has 30% of red balls, 60% of green balls and 10% of yellow balls. Content of bag A and B are mixed together and a ball is randomly picked from the mixture. What is the chances that the ball picked is red? The four different options were given. So what is the limitation of Bayes theorem? No, it's not like that. There is no limitation. Only and only, see, theoretical part of the Bayes theorem is already been communicated earlier. The background event must be mutually exclusive as well as mutually exhaustive. So if you know really, if you know the really concept behind the mutually exclusive as well as mutually exhaustive event, probably you would be able to solve anything. No, there is no limitation. There is no limitation. But yes, one thing has been quite sure. You must have the background event. You must have the foreground event. Focus on this problem and try to get its answer. Anyways, bring this problem towards working board, and this problem is nowhere connected with the Bayes-Width theorem or the tree structure. It is the simplest form of a word problem based on the concept of probability. So this has been the next question. My dear friends, probably I won't have tomorrow's session for the mathematics because tomorrow we are going to launch our complete course on English. So there I am taking the analog electronics already. I have sought all of the videos related to the analog electronics. Probably the span of hour which I have covered within the analog electronics, electrical electronics as well as instrumentation is around 140 hours. So technical details like what are the different topics I have covered, how much focus I have given to all of the topics, how much total hours we have spent together, like how many total bifurcations we have taken within the analog circuits. So all of the important points we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. So probably I would not be having any mathematics class tomorrow, and 7:30 I would be having a live session over the Gate Academy Global. There I would be discussing about my analog circuit which has been sought in English. Tell me, what should be the best most answer? So let me focus over this problem and try to decode all of the technical details which has been supplied along with this problem. So here starts my solution, and this has been my first step. What the problem states, the two bag A and B had equal number of balls. Let's take the bag A had the 100 number of balls as well as the bag B had been the 100 number of balls. Now many of the students would think, sir, why you are taking the reference of 100 balls? Because the datas are being given in percentage. So if I say 100 number of balls, the 20% indicates 20 number of balls, 80% indicates 80 number of balls. So whenever you have the problem which has been given in a form of percentage, no, so always it would be better convert that problem or the number of items into the 100. So in this problem it has been clearly given. We had the two number of bags. Let's take it had been bag number A, it had been bag number of B. How many number of balls we had in bag A as well as bag B? In both of the cases we have been dealing with a percentage, so obviously I would be taking the total number of ball which has been contained by the bag A as well as B as being 100%. Now it has been clearly given, bag A had the 20% of red balls. That means out of 100, the 20 balls were red in nature. Similarly, remaining 80% has been the green ball. So in bag A, 80 balls had been the green ball. And now the same data has been also been supplied with the B. 30%. 30% of what? 100. 30% of the 100 is nothing but 30 number of balls were red. Similarly, 60 number of balls were green. And now bag B also had a new variant of corona, a new variant of ball, and that has been yellow in nature, and in percentage it had been 10. So obviously if we'll take the reference of 100, it would be just 10. Till this point I don't find any of the student would have any sort of doubt now. Now what the people have been asking, content of bag A and B has been mixed thoroughly. What does that mean of it? That means A and B together had become a new sample space. May I know total how many number of balls you will be having in your sample space? Now it had been 200. How many number of red ball you would be having in this sample space, green as well as yellow? You yourself would be able to analyze it. So 20 and 30 would get added together, it would be 50. 60 and 80 would get together, that would become 140, and simply it's gonna be 10. Once you add them together, obviously again it becomes 200. But in this problem they have been asking, after mixing both of the balls or both of the bags, I need to find what's the probability that a ball would be chosen after mixing both. It would be found as a red. It would be found as a red. How many red balls you had after combining bag A as well as bag B? Is been 50. Out of how many? 200. So simply it's gonna be 50 divided by 200. So the best most answer which we are going to get out of it is gonna be 1/4. In percentage, if you write it, you have to multiply it with 100%. End of the day, the result which we are supposed to get is gonna be 25%. Is gonna be 25%. Obviously, this has been the best most answer, and I know many of the students would not be able to crack this problem in GATE examination for sure. Although it is such a simplest problem, even this problem could have also been asked in class 12th probability mathematics. But still in a frame of time, still with such a huge amount of pressure, I feel out of 100 number of people not more than 20% people would be able to solve this problem in the GATE examination. So obviously you can say it had been a different variant of probability, where the mixing between the two different sample spaces is being taken place, size of the sample space is being increased, and even the number of favorable event is already been increased. If you'll say what had been the possibility of the red earlier is being 20%, what had been the possibility of red later is being 30%, but once we mixed it together, it has been changed to the 25%. It has been changed to the 25%. Is that part clear? I don't find any of the student would have any sort of doubt, at least at this moment of point. It must be clear to all of us. It must be clear to all of us. In the same sequence, let me take the next question. Here goes the next question. This has been the fourth question. It is not a difficult problem, but one thing is quite sure. Again, it is based on problem of Bayes theorem, or I can say tree structure. Read this problem carefully and try to understand each and individual words which has been associated with this given problem. The problem has been experienced by the GATE Electronics in year 2018. The problem was framed by IIT Guwahati. The problem states a cab was involved in a hit and run accident at night. Okay, you are given the following data about the cabs in the city and the accident. 85% of cabs in the city are green and the remaining cabs are blue. What does that mean of it? That means where the population of the green cab is more than the blue cab, so obviously the chances that the accident must have been met with the blue had been must have been met with the green had been greater than blue. So you can say out of 100 times the hit and run case must have been performed by the green cab, and remaining 50% it must have been performed by blue cab, because their population had been such. 85% cab had been green in color, and similarly remaining 15% had been blue in color. That means in future you can predict, or you can have a little bit idea that out of 100 number of accident, 85% accident would have been done by the green cab, and remaining must have been blue. Yes. In the same sequence, the next information which has been supplied along with this problem, this all had been the information which has been given along with this problem. Most of the time you must have been seen all of the informations are being given in a form of a complete sentence itself, and now those sentence has been bifurcated in terms of input number 1, input number 2, input number 3. So nobody should get confused, sir, why 1, 2 and 3 has been given exclusively. They had been summed up as a different informations which has been supplied along with this problem. Second, a witness identified the cab involved in the accident as blue. What does that mean of it? That means it has been a conditional probability where a witness is already been identified that the accident which has been made is being blue. So you can say it has been a problem of a conditional probability. That is also sure, sir. Third, it is known that a witness can correctly identify the car color only 80% of time. Now again, another page has been involved within this problem. The witness who had witnessed the given accident, no, he also had a certain amount of efficiency. Out of 100 number of accident, he can guess or he can judge the actual color 80% time only. Remaining 20% time, he used to be wrong. He used to be wrong. Agree? He used to be wrong. Which of the following options is closed to the probability that the accident was caused by a blue color cab? Pranali, you should not be so hastily while giving the answer, because this problem would take its own time, and with such a small amount of time you have given the answer, I don't find that the answer would be given correctly by you. The same thing goes with Aniket also. Same thing goes with Aniket also. Anyways, let me do one thing. Let me bring this problem towards working board. First, we'll make its tree structure. We'll try to get its answer. And once we are done with the tree structure, we'll also try with the help of Bayes theorem. So this has been the fourth question of the day. Let me bring this problem towards working board. So again, we would be having the tree structure, and when we used to have the tree structure, we used to have the different rows which deals with the different segments. So solution do starts from here. At very beginning, let me bifurcate the accident itself. So you can say, as per their population, the hit and run case was carried by green cab is being 85%, which is being 0.85. And similarly, remaining is being carried out by the blue. Now many of the students may argue, sir, how you are saying so? Because the population of the green cab had been larger and the population of the blue cab has been lesser. So obviously the hit and run case must have been performed larger in case of green, and similarly it must be lower in case of blue. That must be clear to all of us. So you can say what had been the possibility that the hit and run case has been carried out by the green is being 85%, or you can say 85 out of 100 times, and similarly here it is a 15 out of 100 times. 15 out of 100 times. Now here what happens? Now here the witness row do come into the picture. And now at least one relaxment we have got it with this problem. The witness probability or possibility do not change with the green as well as blue. It remains very same, and that had been 80%. But in case of HIV detector, no. It was different over here, Could you able to recall? In case when it was trying to detect the HIV positive correctly and when it was trying to detect the HIV negative correctly, the datas were different. But here the datas are very same. That means again we can have further bifurcation. The witness the hit and run case correctly. Witness the hit and run correctly, and here it's been wrong. May know what had been its possibility? It's been 08, it's been 02, it's been 08, it's been 02. Yes. In this problem, may I know what exactly they have been looking for? This has already been happened. That means the witness identified the cab color involvement in accident as blue. Now we need to find what's the actual possibility that really the hit and run case was performed by the blue. What performed by blue? Tell me. What would be the best most answer for this given problem? That means we have been looking for the probability that actually hit and run case was performed by blue, whereas I am saying it has been already been ensured by the given witness that the color was blue. May you know how many in different ways the person must have been detected the blue? There could have been the two different ways. May you know what are they? Actually, the hit and run case must have been performed by green, but witness could not judge the color correctly and he judged the color wrongly. And mistakenly, if he had judged the color, what does that mean of it? Rather seeing or rather watching that color as green, he must have seen that color as black. So may I know what does that mean of it? Which data it's been? Which data it's been? This has been the data that the person must have seen that the hit and run case has been performed by the blue color cab provided at that day. The hit and run case was performed by the green itself. It's been performed by the green itself. Anyways, what we are going to do over here, let's take it's a P, B, and here I am taking this data as a star. May I know what would be the worth of P of star? P of star is nothing but the probability when the person is already been identified, the hit and run color was performed by the blue. How it's possible? How it's possible? In that day, the hit and run was performed by the green, but he could not judge it correct. So obviously, rather judging it green, he has judged it black. Similarly, the second possibility could have been, just try to understand this one. The second possibility could have been, in that given day, the hit and run case was performed by the blue cab, and in that day, the witness was identified it correctly. Could you understand what I am saying? So end of the day, what is going to happen over here? So here 0.85 would get multiplied with the 0.2, and similarly here 0.15 would get multiplied with the 0.8. At least P star would be known to me. So here it goes 0.85 getting multiplied with the 0.2 plus of 0.15 gets multiplied with the 0.8. Yeah, so it has been 0.29. Agreed? So till this point, I don't find any of the student would have any sort of doubt now. So as far as P of B suffix star is being concerned, you can take this value as P of B star divided by of P of star itself. Now, let me focus over this data. This data could have been written as P of star when the B is already been taken place, and here goes P of B, and at denominator, here it goes P of star. Everything is clearly known to me. May I know what would be the best most answer? All of the students have given answer so far as A. Now the Amit had the different answer, and as per the Amit, the answer had been C. May I know what would be the best most answer? Tell me. It should not take much time. See, what has been P of B? That the probability that the hit and run case has been performed by the blue color cab, that has been 0.15. P star is already been calculated, that has been 0.29. And now we had to focus over the P star when hit and run case was performed by black. What does that mean of it? That means the person has reported blue, and in that day actually the accident was met by blue cab itself. May I know where it would be? Obviously blue. This has been already happened, and now he has quoted it correctly. So how much it would be? It would be 0.8. So once you'll have its multiplication, you'll get to know 0.8, 0.15 divided by of 0.29. It's gonna be 41.38%. So obviously the best most answer is gonna be option C. Would like to ask from each one of you, could you really understood the crux behind this problem? If you're not able to understand, read this problem carefully and try to extract all of the important information. At very beginning, what I did, I had the two number of trees. Why so? Because the hit and run case could have been performed by the green cab or the blue cab. May I know what had been their possibility? Their possibility would be directly proportional to their strength of their numbers. 85 numbers were there for the green cab, and similarly 15 numbers were there for the blue cab. So obviously the hit and run case would have been performed by the green cab would have been 85%, and similarly blue cab would have been 15%. Now again, in the next row of the tree structure, even the witness and the accuracy of the witness do also come into the picture. What had been the accuracy of the witness? It has been 80%, and it has been thoroughly 80%. Either the hit and run was performed by the green or the blue. So now again the two branches has been taken place. Why the two branches? See here, if the witness has been watched it accurately, what does that mean of it? That means you have reached to this point, or I can say the probability that the given witness has quoted it blue and quoted it green. What I am saying, the given witness has quoted it green, and obviously that was actually committed by green alone. Or I can say the witness has quoted it green, and actually the hit and run was performed by green. May I know which data it has been? Which data it has been? Witness has quoted it what? Blue, whereas it was performed by green. It was performed by green. Similarly, what this data it stands for? The probability that the witness has witnessed this as blue, whereas actually it was performed by blue. May I know which data it has been? Witness has witnessed the color as. Now here the wrong witness has been done, no? Color as green, whereas it was performed by blue. It was performed by blue. Could you understand what I am saying? Because I know many of the students would have a lot of doubt from where this complete analysis or the conclusion has been taken out. But until and unless you are not diving in the each and individual situations, no, you will not be able to know actually where the things has been moving on. And as you are saying, sir, as witness identifies the cab involved that accident as blue, that can take place in the two different ways. First way, this was performed by the green, but the witness could not judge it well. And if the witness could not judge it well, so rather judging the color as green, the witness is going to judge that color as blue. That is also the possibility which would come under this complete sentence. Yes. And the second one, actually that hit and run case was performed by the blue, and luckily in that day witness could judge it well. So there are the two different possibilities through which the witness could have given the answer as that the particular hit and run case has been performed by the blue car itself. That is why I have taken the sum of both. Agreed? Till this point, I don't find any of the student would have any sort of doubt now. And now the next question goes to you guys. And this question I am not going to take in today's class. It is not a very difficult problem, but yeah, I can say sort of dramatic problem. Because once you have this many number of data within the same problem, no, I have seen the student used to have a little bit doubt whether they would be able to calculate that answer correctly or not. So do one thing, take the screenshot of this problem. You must solve this problem thoroughly on your workbook, and you must give the perfect most answer. You must give the perfect most answer. Now, many of the students who have been following the basic concept of the word problem based on probability, now they would be thinking, sir, tree structure is a convenient structure in compare with the Bayes theorem, because in Bayes theorem, each and everything is hanging in nature. You are just writing each and everything things in the form of axioms like P of A when the even is already being taken place. See, graphical structure is the more convenient structure for the human being, and that is why when we draw the graphs, no, you thoroughly know you have reached to this point. That means already the green cab have come into the picture, and now we have been talking about the witnessing probability. So that is what I am saying. Whenever you have the events within the events, just go ahead with the tree structure. Just go ahead with the tree structure. Read this problem carefully, and this problem would be solved thoroughly in day after tomorrow's class. Tomorrow I am going to have the session on the analog electronics. So we are going to launch the complete course on English for electrical, electronics and instrumentation. There I have taken analog electronics. There I have taken analog electronics. The total span of hour which we are going to spend together, if you opt or if you purchase that course, somewhere 140 hours. Such an intensive work had been done over the analog. So tomorrow I am going to discuss all of the minute as well as important details which were involved with the complete suite of analog, like how many topics complete analog would be distributed, what are the different topics is being covered, how the total 140 hours we have been spent together, how many total lectures we had, how many number of booklets we would be provided. There are several number of doubts you guys would have if you really wants to opt this course. So obviously those doubts would be get cleared in tomorrow's class. Till then, bye bye, take care.